My name is Rose Bell. I was born January 20, 1922. I'm a Rickera. I'm going to talk about the time we had to go to Bismarck Indian school. I remember I was only 5 years old when I was taken out of my mother's arms. Like so many other girls from age 5 on up to 10 or so. We were, I remember being in my mother's arms, taken from her, and then we were herded into one of the coaches on the train. It wasn't a very happy scene. And the next humiliating thing we had to endure, as soon as we arrived at the school, we had to form a line and get our kerosene shampoo. They wrapped our heads with a towel. That was done because of lice. We didn't have any, but we had to get in line. The rules of the school were very strict, especially restricting us from speaking our languages. And there were many Indians there, from different reservations. There were 5 reservations in North Dakota, and they came from each reservation. Our punishment usually ended up kneeling out in the hall for hours or all night, depending on how severe the... In another way of sometimes we got slapped with a ruler, held out our hands, we got slapped with a ruler or on the head or whatever. Sometimes we knelt in the hall all night. My sister, there were 5 of us in the family, and she was the oldest, and she had been to Bismarck before I ever got there. She told a story that every time the teacher came in, Miss Dickens was her name, I remember that too, and they had to stand and say, "Good morning, pretty lady." And it never failed. Every time she walked in, my sister Lillian would say it. I would say in Indian, "Oh, you dried up old face," or some such thing. Skabita ni dosi. That means, well, you're ugly. And she had a friend, Rose, that was always beside her. But when Lillian would not tell what that meant, they would ask Rose. And Rose didn't want to tell on Lillian, so the 2 of them would get punished together. But that's the way it was. You just could not talk your language. There were so many kinds of it. They came from all over. And we couldn't talk among each other, just with the Ricaros, that's what I am.